Hey guys, what's up? Just want to do this real quickly because I wanted to kind of watch the video first and respond to it real quickly as I can. But it seems that with everything starting to slowly reopen, even here in California, because according to our governor, it's now going to be days, not weeks. And I don't know if that has to do with the protesting outside the Capitol that's making him change his mind. But anyway, long story short, a lot of places are starting to reopen slowly, gradually, halfway, 25% of the way, stuff like that. Well, Pro Wrestling Unlimited recently reported what the governor of Florida has made, kind of right now as part of the slow reopening process. He has basically said that not everything, but, I'll put it this way. He has said that things will reopen and people will be allowed to attend. They will be allowed to, they will be able to attend said events. They'll be able to go to restaurants, stuff like that. But there will still be some social distancing guidelines in place. Mostly along with the lines of, if you do something like sporting-wise or entertainment-wise, you can only have 25% capacity in attendance. It's kind of like with a battery. 25% may not be a big number when it comes to having let's say your phone like mine, running, because, that's lower than, let's say, 50% or 75%, but it's still, a good number. It's a decent number. That 25% for me can get me going for about 3 hours at least, so it's better than nothing. But long story short, the governor of Florida, according to Pro Wrestling Unlimited, made the announcement that 25% of attendance can happen, with these kind of events, wrestling included. Now, he brought up, Pro Wrestling Tees, not Pro Wrestling Tees, but PWU, Pro Wrestling Unlimited, did bring up the fact that Raw, SmackDown, and NXT for the next week or so is taped. So that's not going to, really matter to them. But AEW is going to go live from Daly's place in Jacksonville. And from what they are estimating, if they look at the 25% capacity ratio as part of the social distancing guidelines, where you can actually spread out the fans too, so they're not so close to each other, according to Pro Wrestling Unlimited, AEW could actually get in there about 1,300 fans, 1,300 fans in attendance, but spread throughout. May not be the full capacity, but like I said, it's like a battery that you have to charge. 25% is low, but it's better than nothing if it's going to get you at least a couple of more hours of, power, of service, stuff like that. So yeah, apparently wrestling can possibly have fans in attendance by next week. Now, what does this mean for WWE? Now, what it means for WWE and maybe even Major League Wrestling, MLW and the like, and even Impact, is they're going to have to remain in the small venues to be able to get a decent-sized crowd. In other words, the Performance Center is going to have to bring the audience, kind of have to reconfigure things back into, they're going to have to reconfigure things, put the stands back and everything, in the building, so they can at least have a decent-sized crowd. We saw the crowd they had for NXT. We saw the crowd they had for Halftime Heat. So it only makes sense that they would basically, have the same ability or the same possibility of a crowd, come, Raw, SmackDown, and even NXT, for Full Sail. They'll be able to have people, just not the way they're used to doing it. So WWE, they have the chance to, get fans back in the building, mostly the Performance Center. NXT has the same ability to do it at Full Sail, maybe even at the Performance Center as well. And MLW, like I said, MLW even has a chance to do it because they like to run Florida a lot as well, like the small venues in Miami and Orlando and all that. So they have that opportunity as well. So wrestling, as far as, let's say, Florida is concerned, and maybe some other states that are along the same guidelines or along the same thinking as the Florida governor, they have an opportunity to get fans back in. It just won't be at 100% capacity. It'll be more at 25% capacity. And I think as the months go on for the rest of the year, that number will slowly grow. Like we'll go from 25 to 50 will be the next stop, 75. And then hopefully by the end of the year, or at least at a decent point of the year, maybe even the start of next year, we'll be at 100% capacity for fans to be in attendance. But that's literally what's happening right now as far as, wrestling, having fans in attendance and not doing empty arena shows is concerned anymore. I mean, even Impact Wrestling, aka TNA, could do the same thing. So that's literally what could happen. But let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. I got to get back into work now. But what are your thoughts on this? And I will talk to y'all later. I guarantee you, just Alex might even talk about it tonight as well. Peace out.